Well, here we are. It is 5 o'clock on Tuesday. Maybe not everybody got the message on that one. I'd been doing these Zoom calls on Sundays at 5 with the intent, and I think I still keep them that way, that most of our high school guys won't be practicing on Sunday night, and they can jump aboard this call at 5 and stay on for half an hour and get some dinner and do their homework and get to bed and all. So anyway, um, and I don't know what's up with the lighting here on this. I haven't changed anything, but it looks like I've got a heat lamp on. So I promise you I will not burn here this evening. But nonetheless, we'll spend more of the time taking a look at the screen and see what we can see there. What I did want to take the opportunity on Skool right now, I'll give you, let's jump to sharing my desktop. And that is here. Don't need that or that. And if we go, so there's the call. Yep. So here's Skool. Here's what we're doing. Here is the current status. Let's see if I go in here. So we are live. You can see that. If you're just new to Skool, you can see we've added a few members, which is great. We're at 33 now, and hopefully we'll keep climbing, and still looking for people to jump onto the Zoom call. And if you do, actually, while we're in it here, I'll let you in, but I'm going to try my best this time to stop at half an hour. I've been known to go a little long. So actually what I think I'll do, I'm going to blow this up a little bit. What I've started to learn here is if I want the episode learning that you can see what I'm saying and a big enough screen here, maybe oops, don't need those guys. My logo. Let's go right up here. Let's kill that. And let's go right to there. That's about as big as we're going to get. Okay. So what I wanted to start with here tonight is frankly, something that I've added a few here today, but Matt Schrader, who's one of our better contributors, and whose son, as you may remember, was a player of mine a couple years ago at Cedarburg High School, kicker and punter, excellent kicker and punter, and went on to college, and he is there. He's at Drake, and he is kicking and punting there as well. But Matt is his dad, and he's got lots of knowledge and had some high school and collegiate experience. So he's added some things. And he happened to bring this video to my attention, which I'd heard about, but I hadn't seen yet. And I think this will be big enough for us to see. And this is from an Isaac Punts, who's one of the guys on YouTube who does a lot of videos. But I want you to take a look at this. We'll just play this in full. Or at least in part here, and I'll show you what's going on. So this is
our Lord 2024. The kickoff is holding on by a thread, and the onside kick is moved up. But against Alabama,
shut this down for a little bit. South Carolina and Alabama playing against each other, having a fantastic battle, and they get this touchdown, and so they are, late in the game, 44 seconds, they've got to go for an onside. So they line up and they bring the punter out, not the kicker.
Really seen any innovation.
And I'll be darned if this punter isn't going to drop kick, which is completely legal. He is going to drop kick, but he's going to hit a drop kick watermelon kick. Some call it a helicopter kick. So look at this. He drops it.
So the way that he's kicking is,
and he kicked down at the ball,
aiming for his foot to hit
and hits the stripe. And look at this spin. So here's that watermelon spin that looks so wrong, and it's just going to keep turning, right? This is Greg Zerline from a few years ago that I've got on our site, and it spins and spins, and these guys don't pick it up. The beauty of this kick is how long it takes to get there. This one's got more power on it, and so it's got more hop to it. And so when you watch what ends up happening, look at this. These guys are fumbling with this sucker. He thinks it's going to hit his right shoulder. It hits his left shoulder. What a neat kick, right? Nobody's ready for it. And they recover and get the ball back. They do not win the game, but very exciting nonetheless. So these are things that you can just fiddle around with and play with. And as you can imagine, the guy is the punter on the team, not the kicker. And so in his downtime, he's going to practice kicks like this. What is it that you can master? Well, I couldn't leave Matt alone there. And so I happened to have been watching the Oregon Ohio State game on Saturday. And I'll be darned if they don't do a different kind of onside kick. And so in their game, let's see if I can, where I can take this one. Yeah, so right at the start of this. So in Oregon, early in the game, what did we got here? 12:31 in the second. It's 14-12. Nobody expected quite this tight of ball game. Here's our offensive alignment. Take a look at this and what they're going to do. So you can run guys in motion. You can run multiple guys in motion. And kick, in high school, you can run them all in essence in motion. They just can't beat the kicker to the line here. They can't pass the line. Pro has very different rules as to how you can line up. So college guys, this or NC2A. And so here is a 5-man, a 1, 2, 3, 4, is a 6-man front actually for Ohio State. And so this guy is going to do a kick that we call the hammer. And the hammer is it's wicked. It's a wicked kick. Basically what he's going to do, and frankly, why I know that this is intentional, is the normal kickoff guy. This is not him. He's normally kicking it deep and long. This is like the backup guy or the punter. And so what he's going to do is he's going to hit a hammer, which means he is going to hit basically a squib kick, super hard squib kick, which normally on squib kicks, you look for a bowling alley, a lane to go through. Here, you could squib it right down the middle. You could squib it over here and try to put it by the 20. But in this case, he's going to hit a hammer, which means he's going to take this ball. He's picked out this guy as the target. He's going to hit it right at him as hard as he can. This guy has no idea that this is coming. So this is why it's wicked. The neat thing is, if he hits him, these guys better be ready. So watch, these guys are going to go in motion and be ready for some kind of crazy, it might hit him in helmet and bounce 20 yards back. We got to recover. You got to be prepared for anything. If he gets out of the way, guess what? It's just a squib and it's coming down there. And then this guy's going to try to pick it up and these guys can keep following down and we get 10-1. So let's take a good look at it.
Get tricky with this. They will. Oh, wow. Off of the Ohio State.
It goes 10 yards because it hit him. Now it's anybody's ball.
Get there first.
You really want to be at the bottom of that scrum?
That was outstanding work.
That's a tough one.
They did this on purpose or not, Noah? I just think they were just maybe trying to squib it, but it hit
Right.
the Ohio
It is
State.
not.
And it was
This is intentional. Look at his toe. Boom.
It just came.
Wow. Hits his hand. And the court and the. If it were an accident, the kicker would not have been so quick to try to get this ball.
Came in and Lamonaco he could not, or make it Burke actually on the tearaway jersey. That was unbelievable altogether. I've never seen anything quite like that.
That's a nice one for the coach, right? So and so sure enough, Matt, just one more thing. So I knew that I had given Ryan the right to use the hammer on a certain thing, and I happened to find it here. His dad sent me his sort of highlight film from high school, and I think I'm at the right spot here. Maybe it's let's see where it is. So his son, lefty, Ryan Schrader, number 90. So here's a hammer. Boom, hits the same thing. So he's a lefty. He's in essence done exactly the same thing as what the Oregon kicker just did. Boom, off the toe, hits that guy. He's not ready for it, and our guys recover. So what a neat thing. And thank you. That's like 17 thumbs up, Matt. If I could only give them, instead you just get one. So there you go. All right. So I wanted to make sure that we had seen some of those. And since we're at it, and some of those guys are punters, what I want to spend some time with then today was some punting help, because we seem to always focus on the kickers. So the first thing, and to dovetail one last time, is I had Ryan help me out last summer in doing a couple little training videos. And so I'm just going to play this punting 101 video, which is part of my YouTube channel and will be part of some course on Skool as I build some of these things. And again, we're just keep evolving. But this is only about a 3-minute video. And I want to do that. That'll lead into one more thing. We start out with the grip, how to hold this ball. So Ryan's helping us out. He's a lefty. We're gonna also have Sean show you a little bit too. Here he's gonna grip that ball. He's gonna use his dominant hand. He's a lefty, so it's his left hand is gonna grip it. He kind of makes the letter C. He's either holding the ball on the side or slightly underneath the ball. The opposite hand is just a guide. It's there to hold the ball, but you're not going to drop with two. The point of the foot that you're going to drop it to is that ball wants to be flat at a slight angle across your foot on top of the laces, hitting that hard bone right at the top of your foot. Your toe will be depressed at the time of the punt. Your stance is going to be casual, but able to move side to side, ready to catch this ball away from your body and get it out there. So one of the first drills that you can do is a drop drill, where you take the ball. Here you can see him play with it and throw it down. That's a great drill just to get comfortable with that ball in your hands. He's going to mold the ball to get the laces up. He's going to take his steps. So this is Sean. He's going to do a drop drill and walk it through. That ball should bounce back to him, not forward. You can see it's very windy. He needs to keep this lower. We want to keep that ball on a glass plane. Keep it straight. You can see in this slow-mo, his ball is going to move above the line and below the line. He'd be better off by trying to keep this ball moving on that same straight line. Coach Farley's going to jump in here a little bit better, but still above and below. Should be on that straight line. Now in our warm-ups, warm up across the field. It's a great drill to use the line and to keep your shoulders square and see that your foot stays on that line. We all have a tendency, because you have a dominant leg, to cross over. So you want to try to stay square on this. Also, when you first start out, just a second. When I say that, stay square, right? I'm trying to keep shoulders square. Sean is going to go and follow this line. His kick and foot is on the line. It should stay on the line. And as he punts through, he wants to see the toe of his foot through his drop and all the way up and through. It's sort of that, for you older guys, the Ray Guy classic punt, right? The truth is your groin and quads pull from your leg side and almost always cross over. But the point as you do this drill and as you try to get better as a punter is to fight that urge to swipe across, where his kicking leg starts to really move to the right. Your best traditional hit ball on this is going to drop on this spot, not drop to the groin where you had to go and reach it. You would put it on this line, if not a little outside the line, so that when you strike it, a power zone punt would actually either land on this line or land a little bit, in his case, to the right. If Ryan, as a lefty, a little bit to the left, that would be the strongest turnover hit you could have. But the truth is, most guys end up turning their butt, turning their leg a little bit, so there is a little swipe. It's just sort of a human thing, but the more that you can fight that and stay square, and especially as you're practicing this drill, you want to try to do that as much as you can. Let's continue. Hit like a 70% punt, then an 80% punt, then you're ready to go at 90 or full go. Here Sean does a nice job, nice and smooth. See, it's a nice punt. So here, that was like a nothing punt, right? This field is about 50 yards across. He's in a little ways. So that one just basically went to the sideline. So that's a good, 40-some yard punt in the air, where he's doing like a 70%er. And isn't that true of so many of us? When we take our technique and don't stress it, then all of a sudden we hit this turnover. See what this ball did? And notice where this ball goes. I just said the power zone. So the normal turnover punt would be, for a righty, is a little bit left of the line to the line. The power zone punt, the dominant punt that you want, is to the line and over to this 5 yards across. So let's watch Sean again. Go. Release. Boom. Sean does a nice job. You can see, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go back just one more time, because that's what Coach Farley does. Let's find a spot here and I'll stop it. Boom. Here's, you can see. So now he's facing all the way left here. I want you, as you warm up and practice, to try to keep those shoulders square and your leg going this way. But he gets great foot contact. He gets a good drop. And so he strikes this ball well, and off it goes. Sean does a nice job, nice and smooth, and hits a nice punt. It's 53 yards across the field, by the way. Here's Ryan college player. So again, here is Ryan. Let's take a look at his swing. And you can see, so one of the things that he's doing here is he's already kind of doing a cheat. Now, in a game, when you catch this ball, if he was going to punt, and frankly, if he was on left hash, as a coach, I would want him punt left to left. I would want him to hit a punt into this third of the field, down the field. And so his steps would be appropriate here. If he was in the middle of the field, I'd be asking him, was it your intent to punt left, or did you want to take steps? If he's going to punt over to the other opposite side of the field, then I want his steps directed towards that college player. And you can see here what ends up happening with him as I cheat this forward. Boom, he hits, and better than Sean, and laying back. Wow, look at that. What do we think is going to happen? He's going to get hang time. And hopefully if he's got a good striking spot, let's see if we can stop it on the striking spot. Boom. Here's Ryan. Oh, too fast. Too fast for Coach Farley here. Here's Ryan. There you go. Nice. Firm leg hitting against, nice and smooth, foot locked out, toe depressed. And college player. Off we go. These are bigger hits. Now he's going with yardage, drop drill to actually a live toss, catch it nice and smooth, catch it, always catch it first. And now lay it out there, get a good punt away. Okay. So again, if you go to my channel and whatnot, you can see all sorts of neat stuff. And then we're going to jump into the next thing. So the next thing, actually, I wanted to take Michael Turk. Some of you guys are going to be familiar with him. He's Hang Time. Here he's a YouTuber, but he was a fantastic punter at Arizona and at Oklahoma. And you probably remember him as being the guy that was sort of the first guy, and I'm going to go back here a ways to the day in the life sort of thing of a D1 college football player. And that, frankly, was the video that went viral that sort of changed his aspect as to what he was doing. You could, and I've got NIL and some of that stuff on here. And because I'm a marketing guy, I'm a business guy, I want you to be cognizant of what opportunities may or may not be available to you. If I go all the way back to 4 years ago, this is 4 years ago, Michael Turk's first video is as an ASU punter, and he's got a 5.8 hang time punt. Wow, all that kind of stuff. So he's not doing it in high school, but he starts doing it in college. He's a big Christian guy. He is a fantastic punter. And so, but if you take a look at these views, right, as things are old, this is here he's 1,000 views, 27,000 views, 959 views, right? And it isn't until, so now he's in Oklahoma, he transfers, and where is the video? Let's see if I can find it here. Basically, you start looking, he's got 10,000 views. Now he's been doing this, been doing it for a year or so. And then he has a video, the day in the life video. I'm not sure where that, where's that come into? 2 years ago. Right. I think this is the first one. So he's done all these other videos. So yeah, you look back here, 28,000 views. For most of us, wow, that's a lot. But to a YouTuber, you're looking for millions of views. Well, so here he goes from 23, 19, 200,000, 100,000. He's starting to make some hay on some of this stuff. And eventually he gets to this guy, and look at the views, 2.6 million views in the day of the life. And he realizes, hey, day in the life is kind of a winning formula. Some of these are back to 50,000, whatnot, but he's building a following. If we go all the way to where he is today, look how many subscribers he's got, 1.1 million subscribers. If you're wondering, well, how much does a YouTuber make? Well, YouTube happens to be, you know, you want to get guys, and you want this format as much as you want shorts and all that stuff. So here he's not in the NFL. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But like if I go here, here's the NFL draft is tomorrow. Before he was looking to get drafted as a player. He's got all this stuff. This is 1.1 million subscribers. How many views does he get? 129,000 views, right? And if we let this thing play out, there are going to be a couple of commercials in here. He's in YouTube's money stream. And the way that money stream works is basically it varies. But it basically, if you can get somebody to watch long enough to watch the commercial, then you get credit for the commercial, which is like a minute or two in. So you got to have enough interesting content to get to there. If they only just click and do 10 seconds, you're not getting the money. But if you do, then you get anywhere from like less than a penny to like 3 cents per ad, 12 cents for super niche and whatever. But if you do the math on this, so I got a calculator here, I just wanted to show you. So if you did one video, and let's say you got 1,000, right, guys to watch that ad times point, and let's just say we got a penny for each one. Well, that video for 1,000 views got $10, and that's your take from it. But I want to do something here with him here. Let's go back real quickly. If I can go back to his channel. So now he's got 1 point. Now let's say, hey, if he could get everybody watching, 1.1 million to 3, there we go, right? Times 0.01, that's a penny. Guess what? That video just made $11,000. Well, but that's not what he's getting. This one's got 2.7 million views, whatever the hell it is, 137 sodas. This one's got 642. So what is he making there? Well, 2.7. He's got 2.7 million views. 27, 2, 3. There they are. 2.7 times point. Let's say he's getting 2 cents a piece. Holy cow! $54,000. Not quite. That's 2.7 million views, but how many actually watch the ads? Why don't we divide by 5? All right, that's still like 10,000. Awesome. Wouldn't that be something to get a $10,000 check in the mail? But take a look at this. This is 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago. It looks like Michael can make about 3 videos in a month. This one gets 642, this one gets 589, this one gets 2.7. If they were all making 10, he just made $30,000 in 1 month. That'd be a pretty good month, wouldn't it? But let's just say that that's what he's doing. Well, 30,000 times 12, if he could keep that up, guess what? His job as a YouTuber, he's making $360,000 a year. Guess what? He got signed to a contract with the Miami Dolphins. He did not get drafted. And so now he signs a 3-year deal for about $3 million, so about $1 million a year, except there's one little flaw to Michael Turk's problem. Michael Turk is currently a free agent. He got cut by the Dolphins. He hasn't gotten picked up by anybody. You're talking about 32 jobs in the world. And I happen to go over here. And so here's Jake Bailey. He's the current punter for the Dolphins. He's been in the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He says, no way is a rookie going to beat me out. He's been in the league 6 years. His punting average in 6 years is almost 46 yards a punt. Isn't that something? Now, check this out, just to show you how tough it is. So here's the leaderboard right now of this year. AJ Cole he is averaging almost 53 yards a punt. Guess where Jake Bailey is? Number 21. This is crazy. The lowest punter here is Trenton Gill at 39 yards a punt. And now if I go back to the top at AJ Cole and Ryan Rinko, all right, I like Ryan better than I like AJ. Why? Because I look at this, Ryan's got less punts, 20 punts, but he's got more inside the 20. He's got the same number of touchbacks. He's got basically the same number of fair catch. He's getting great hang time, and he's got basically the same punting average. So I got AJ popping him a little lower, and take a look at this, his net. This is what's really key. This is what's actually really key. Ryan Stonehouse, this is a problem, 37-2 as a net. AJ Cole's 43-2. Ryan Rinko, 47-3. He's netting. That is the league best. We are getting almost 50 yards of advancement for the coach. This makes you pleased as punch, right? But here's this guy, number 5. He's hardly any better than the last place guy. He must be hitting line drives. He's not hitting, or is he hitting touchback? No, he's not going to have that many touchbacks. So he's not getting the hang time he needs to get here. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to jump into, I always set these things up. I do iMovie. Somebody can probably tell me a better way to do it. And I think what I'll do so that I've got this in the same ballpark is I'm starting to put this together, but this will be part of the episode. We've got 6 minutes to go here. So this is Michael Turk. And I'm telling you, he's just an excellent punter. And I think I cut out most all of the sound here. So Michael played for Arizona. He transferred. He went to Oklahoma. Just amazing. Here's a Ray guy looking shot. Let me just fit that. Look at that. Look at that form. Wow. Right. Okay. And so you might have seen him. Here's that day in the life kind of video. Right. We'll skip past that. All that kind of stuff. So maybe you've seen this. Right. So let's take a look at Michael and some of his game film while he was at Oklahoma. Really smooth. Jab 1-2. Laying back. Saw that in Ryan. Look at the hang time. Look at this thing. Here he is, deep in the end zone. Right? Tight punt. Look at this guy going back. Oh, wait a second. What the heck was that? Right? Let's go back. So the ball, looks like was on the 5, right? Let me go right here. Let me stop my thing. So I go up here. Here's my line of scrimmage. It's right on the 5. So he's 14. He's about 13, 14 back. So he can take a real step. He's not actually tight punt, right? It's a 14-yard snap. So he can do it traditional, and he can also look at this and say, I don't have to hurry. If this was on the 2, no, I got to take a step and go, right? For you guys who are doing tight punt, and for coaches, hey, if I've got a full step here, then just go punting, right? We know that we don't want to take the safety, but if he catches, my rule is if you get a decent snap and you catch it clean, then you can punt it clean. If you don't catch it clean, if it's a bad snap, you got to move. All right. But so this always freaks people out, and they have a tendency to shank. And so I bring some pressure in here. But what I'm really doing as a coach on the return side is I'm telling my return guys, when this guy shanks this punt or he hits a line drive, your mouth should be salivating so you can pick this thing up, and you're basically going to walk into the end zone, for crying out loud. But watch what Turk does here. Kaboom. This guy go back and back. That's a 65 to 70 yards in the air. Okay. So amazing. Yeah, the guy can punt. Why isn't he in the NFL? Well, there's a lot of good guys, and you just need to be in the top 32. And apparently, Michael, he might be suffering from the same curse as me. When I went to Green Bay, they gave me number 38. I was the 38th best kicker in the world. Michael Turk might be the 37th best punter in the world. Sorry, no job for you. But so let's take a little slow-mo and take a look at it just at this first punt, right? So take his stance. One of the things that's curious here, I'm just going to stop it real quick on this. And there's when I do these, I go back and forth, right? Michael has a habit, and this may be a little bit of a problem. I would work with him if I was his coach. He likes to do this little jabby steps here in preparation. I want you in a solid stance. I want you to be a baseball shortstop, ready to move side to side. So he's got a little nervous stutter. So when he catches it, sometimes I want the catch, and he, in essence, is doing it. He's going to take his jab step as he catches. There's 1 and 2. So let's see what he does here. So his jab is there. Here's his first step, very short. And now a drive step, and off and up we go. Right? Boom. And see how his shoulders have turned. Great leg extension, right? Great flexibility, great power, big quads. Boom, hits, and off we go. Okay. So now I want to show you, here's part of his, had a little competition with a fellow Sooner, Josh something or other. And so they're gonna have a little punting contest. I'll let him play and talk through it. So here they are out in Sooner Stadium, and watch what they do here.
You're younger, you want to go first? He said first.
Do this. Give me a punting
straight,
competition.
left, barely right, whatever you want.
Get some pressure on. Real snap. Boom.
Josh is starting out strong. 55, 507. You hit your first 5-0 on film. Let's go. Josh started out awfully strong.
55, 5.
I think my first rodeo.
He
hit a bomb. I mean, easy to beat.
Here's Turk.
507.
What's he gonna do? Can he answer? Catch. Boom.
60. What's that? 507. 507. No way. That's tripping.
And that
That
fine?
was the first step for each.
Pretty neat. And I just happened to find one more thing here. So again, if you guys haven't gone to Instagram and look at Black for Three, really great for kickers and punters. I happened to go back and I assumed he must have filmed Turk somewhere along the line. So here he is at, it looks like OSU, their big rival. So this is pregame. What a great time to be out there. Get some punts in. Let's see what he does. Smooth stance. Right, there's a little turn. Again, another good hit. And to what we talked about before, right? He's basically on the hash. If he hit a power zone punt, this thing's going to arch and do his thing. It's going to end over here by the goalpost. He hits a turnover. This turns over. It's a great punt. It's a good shot. I want you as punters. Can we control this? Can we control where we're going? Do I have to punt it just down the middle of the field so that some superstar return guy can just take it and go? Can I have you directionally punt and put it over here? You're seeing the pro guys hitting 5 and 6, 7 different kinds of punts, knuckleball punts and whatever. I don't need you to do that. As a high schooler, I want you to get better control, to not just send the ball all over the field. If they've got a really good return guy, at the very least, let's make him move. And if we were on the left hash, then the safest play as a coach is, can I hit this punt that he just hits? And maybe because he's on left hash, maybe that's what he's doing. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see if he's, but it's going left. If he was doing this, his first step, and when he catches this ball as he moves, don't catch it into your body, catch it away from your body, nice soft hands. And most punters want to try to catch it underneath. But if it was high, I would go up here and make a triangle and catch the ball and then have to quickly mold it. But I want my snap to be so that I can hold my hands here, get it out at my waistline and keep it there. Is that what he does? Pretty snap, right on it. Stays on the table. Good hit. Off you go. Pretty neat. And the last thing that I did here is I wanted to show, for us old guys, here's the guy that revolutionized punting. This is Ray Guy. And so Ray Guy played for the Raiders, was, I think, the first punter to ever be drafted in the first round. And here's this form. Well, you saw Turk's form. Boy, isn't that something? And this is what everybody's tried to emulate. This is what Coach Farley tried to emulate. My flexibility was never this. But in punting, here's where it was. And frankly, what Guy did that changed things, when he was a high schooler, when he was a kid, he had power lines by his house, and he practiced by trying to punt the ball over the power line. He was basically self-taught. There weren't many punting coaches at the time. So you can see even here, there's a little turn in his leg here, but just fantastic form, fantastic punter. But I got to tell you, if we go back to the screen here, I believe that Ray Guy's career average is about 43 or 44 yards. That puts him basically at the bottom of the list in today's punters. The ball really hasn't changed much. The field hasn't changed much. He never got to punt on turf, so he never got some turf bounces. So that may be part of it. There's no doubt. If I had the chance to have Ray Guy on my team, he's since passed, so we don't want him on the team right now. But look at these averages. But again, I go back to, as high schoolers, here's the stat. And coaches, high schooler, I am looking for you to have a net of 30. If we can net 30 yards. College guys, I'm looking for you to have a net of 35. And pro guys, I'm looking for you to have a net of 40 plus. And you can see, if you're 40 plus, you're pro, right? But you're at the bottom of the list. If you're going to be super pro, then 43, 44, 45, 47, this guy right here for the Bengals, he getting his contract renewed. Okay. So that's what I wanted to show you here today. That's 5:34. I'm only 4 minutes over. But again, for next time, 2 weeks from now, and we'll probably be back at Sunday at 5. I skipped it this time. One, I wanted to see if I could grab some people, but the other thing was I had my brother in town on Sunday night, and I didn't want to give it up. So, it's my school. So, damn it, it's a Tuesday. So next time it'll be on Sunday at 5 p.m. I hope that you will attend, but I will turn this into episode 3. I'll make it available for our school guys. And if you want to see these episodes, further episodes, you need to get off the JV team and into the varsity team with a gamification. And that's simply getting in there, post something. If you post anything of any real consequence, I'll thumb it up. If you post something that's really good, I'll definitely thumb it up. If you post something that's just sort of insipid, then I'm not going to thumb it up, right? Don't just say hello. Don't just say, oh, that's nice. Make a comment. Add something to the community. That's what this is about. And even if you're an 8th grader and you think you've got a comment to make, then go ahead and make it. And if we thought it was a dumb comment, guess what? We might say something about it, but you'll learn something as you go. And if you're the big college guy and you say something that I think isn't quite right, I'm going to probably correct you, but I may not. I may look at it and say, you know what? Everybody's got a little different style, a little different way of doing things. And that's a-okay. But what you'll find over time for kickers, punters, snappers, holders, in the end, most everybody comes to about the same place, the same spot. So the teaching that I'm giving you is every bit as good as any of the best kicking coaches in the country. I consider myself one of them. But everybody's got just a little bit of different nuance. And I really like focusing in on the younger guys and on the high school guys in particular, because I just think it's a magical time to be on Friday Night Lights. Your parents are in the stands, your girlfriend's cheerleading. It just doesn't get any better. And so to make the most of that time is crucial. And frankly, if you have a great career, then you're going to go into college and you're going to play in college, which is even better, right? Just even better. So that's what we're going to call here this evening. That is the end of episode 3. And I wish you a good evening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Come join us.